Welcome back to the Greenbrier. Our coverage of Saints Training Camp 2015 continues, and it's our Camp Counselor segment, and it's our first Camp Counselor. And Bobby Hebert, you should be honored because you are our first repeat guest. Are you honored or what?
Yeah, I'm honored, but is the check in the mail or that doesn't count, or is this a freebie? Well, I guess since I like you so much, I'll do it.
Let's get to the questions. Anyway, let's start off with the first preseason game coming up. You've been out here for almost 2 weeks now.
Right.
What stands out that you really want to see?
Well, you just want to see aggressive play and not foolish play. I mean, aggressive but know what you're doing. Obviously, you're going to have mental buzz, but I think the Ravens are a good measuring stick simply because you know they can be tough in the trenches, both offensive line, defensive line. So, yeah, you get a good feel. The guys up front, what they're doing. The score obviously doesn't matter. It looks like Coach Payton, the rotation is going to go with the young quarterbacks. I can see Drew Brees having a series and then getting out, and then a great opportunity for Ryan Griffin, and I think Garrett Grayson. I think McCown, just looking at the reps today in practice, I think he'll probably be like a player coach, advising those young guys. But great opportunity for Ryan Griffin. And I tell you what, Garrett Grayson, I don't know if the light's starting to click, but he's gotten better since the picnic practice. I've watched him, boy. He was outstanding 2 days in a row and had a good 2-minute drill today. So, hey, sometimes all of a sudden you can go from the outhouse to the penthouse, and it's just because you're feeling confident. And then sometimes you don't want to get overconfident because you could be from the penthouse to the outhouse right quick.
So you've been through all of this before. Get in the head of Garrett Grayson, though. He wanted to go to either Denver or New Orleans and learn under a Peyton Manning or a Drew Brees. And just talk about the mindset he must have in this kind of situation.
Well, he's in a great situation. He's not going to be thrown to the wolves. You know, a lot of times these young quarterbacks and what they have invested in them, they want them to have success right away. And that's not always the case. So, look, if he can learn under Drew and Drew can hang 2 or 3 years and be the starter, and then if he's worth his salt, he should be ready to roll after that. And so I think that was a scenario where just be humble and don't take the approach like always I got to be the man. Look at Johnny Manziel. I don't care how great you are in college. There's few guys can go out there and have unbelievable success. There's not too many Andrew Lucks of the world where from the get-go, that they're going to be a stud. So it's a process. You just have to humble yourself and look at the long haul. Think long-term instead of short-term.
And obviously we're not going to see Brees, but to me it's an interesting dynamic with this backup. Ryan Griffin is used to the playbook. He's had his moments here, but Luke McCown's kind of that safe backup quarterback. Right. How do you handicap which guy is going to be on this team?
Well, I look at it this way. I think Luke McCown, there's a reason why he's had double-digit NFL career. I think, God forbid, if Drew was to get hurt, if it's short-term, let's say 2 or 3 games, I would want Luke McCown to be the backup because he's played in real games. Now, if Drew was ever out, and I think the season's kind of over anyway. It don't matter who would be a quarterback. So then you tend to go with the younger guys over Ryan Griffin, then over Luke. But right now, I think just for insurance purposes, I think Luke McCown has an advantage because of his experience. But they both played well last preseason, so they can have the opportunity again this year. Whether Coach Payton says this or not, Garrett Grayson is redshirted, and he's not going anywhere. But it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with McCown and Griffin. But I think what I've seen from Griffin, that he can play in the NFL. And if this could be a job, get 10, 11, 12 years. Obviously, you want to be the man, but it's a pretty good gig. I've said this about the McCowns. You look at Josh and Luke. Now, obviously, Josh, more opportunity as a starter, but it's almost like the poor man Mannings. Think of the odds having 2 boys to have double-digit careers at quarterback in the NFL. You just don't see that.
And it's a tough call for the Saints because you want to give Ryan Griffin an opportunity with somebody else, but you also want to look-see here. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, and maybe a gift card is on the way. How about that?
Yes. I like freebies. I like that.
A cliffhanger. Stay tuned on that. We thank the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert. We'll be right back with the quote of the day from here at the Greenbrier.